A controversial bully shaming database has been suspended from its crowdfunding efforts on Kickstarter. Now, this organization or this company is referred to as Social Autopsy. And apparently they've already compiled a database of individuals online who harass people or bully people. And the whole point is to shame the shamers, bully the bullies. But people are a little concerned about that. Now, Social Autopsy, created by Degree 180 CEO Candace Owens, would have been a searchable database where anyone could look up the names of friends, family members, coworkers, or strangers and see their online activities. Okay, so what's the number one defense people use when they're making awful comments online? I'm exercising my First Amendment rights. Let's create a database where we capture them exercising those rights and create digital records that anyone can access. So that's the whole idea behind it. But of course, this raised quite a few red flags because does it make sense to do vigilante justice against these people? Will this lead to vigilante justice? Will it solve any problems if we start bullying the bullies? Well, the unpublished site currently has about 20,000 profiles, but the creator's goal is to launch Kickstarter Denial Be Damned with 150,000. The site would only collect accused harassers' names, locations, employers, social media links, and current and former school information. I think this is a terrible idea.
Yeah. So in the beginning, I was thinking like, well, certainly there are bullies online, and they are a giant pain in the ass, and they really sometimes out of control harassment of the person that they are targeting. We know that, right?
Yes.
That's anybody who's been online knows that. Except every once in a while, somebody in the media will be like, "Oh my God, there was an insult online." Like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, right? So, as much as it's tempting to want to say, okay, let's find out who those guys are, don't do it. Because, look, if they're targeting you and you want to strike back and find out who they are, perfectly understandable. They target you with actionable stuff, get the authorities involved, don't risk any kind of physical safety issues, right? But who's a bully, right? So Jimmy Dore's a comedian, works on the show, goes after everyone, but not, he never kicks down. Yeah. Like we always do, we kick up, right? Yeah. He targets the powerful. So whether it's a media figure or a politician, they're going to put him on the list, right? And
I know, who's the arbiter of what is and isn't bullying, right? So that's problem number one. Problem number two is I'm tired of lists of bad people, right? Like we got the sex offender registry. We're going to put you on a list if you're a bully. We're going to put you on, like everyone's on lists now. And I just feel like it's not the right way to solve this issue. Look, everyone should understand that when you're writing something terrible in a public forum, that can and probably will be held against you at some point, right? But I don't think it makes sense to put all these resources into a company so you have like this database of bullies. And the reality is we'll all be considered bullies at some point. We all get heated about an issue, whether it's a political issue or a social issue. We all make passionate arguments about it. Sometimes we lose our tempers. Sometimes it's online, sometimes it's on the show, right? But that doesn't mean you're necessarily a bully. I don't like the idea of having like a third party judging whether or not someone's a bully.
Yeah, you're not Santa Claus. Don't make a list of people who've been naughty and nice.
Yeah.
And, yes, I'm sure we're on all sorts of lists, right? And you're absolutely right, Anna. There are too many lists to begin with. I hope and I think that their heart was in the right place.
It was, absolutely.
Right? I really think that they were trying to look out for people and fight back in a way that protects the victims of this. But it's a tough thing to allow someone to arbitrate who are the bad people in the world, right? And once you make that list has a life of its own. And I'm with you, Anna. I'm tired of those lists.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that there are no repercussions, right? You make, threats online. That's illegal. You can't threaten somebody's life or their safety face to face. You also can't do it online. Online there isn't a different set of laws, right? And some people think I'll never be caught. No, but you don't have to worry about us. You don't have to worry about. But like sometimes somebody at work will be like, "Hey, Bob, why did you call that guy the N-word? Like why did you threaten to do this or that to that woman, right? Or somebody at school or someone maybe your aunt.
Yep.
Like, hey, Johnny, why did you say you were going to do that to her? That's really despicable, right? So, internally in whatever group you're in, or if it affects you personally, you want to fight back in any way you want. I hear you, brother and sisters, and I'm on your side. But we're going to make it public like this. Wrong people are going to wind up on that list, and then an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. So, and this has a tinge of feeling like doxing, right?
Yeah, that's what people are very concerned about.
Yeah, don't do that. Doxing is horrible. Okay, you go to his house, they come to your house, everybody's in each other's house, and then it's a goddamn mess.
Yeah, and you don't really want to encourage that in a country that's swimming in guns. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and this ship has not yet left the docks, so let's not go there, although they probably won't listen to me.